back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complications.
Well, there's Wakefield and Move On Up, which is kind of an interesting theme as we continue our conversation with Jillian Fullerton from ShannonOaks, retirement community in East Vancouver, and ShannonOaks in Oak Bay on Vancouver Island. ShannonOaks in Vancouver, by the way, is at 2526 Waverly Avenue in the heart of Killarney. Near 41st and Elliott. And
49th.
49th and
yes.
Elliott, that's right. And ShannonOaks in Victoria, Oak Bay, actually.
Yes, that's right.
And all the details and all the contact points, including with Leo Martin's number in Victoria and Jillian's number here in Vancouver, are all on the website. And if you go to ShannonOaks.com, what happens is you'll get the ShannonOaks Vancouver community. And if you want to check out ShannonOaks Oak Bay on the island instead, just click on Victoria. And your screen changes, and bingo, you're in Oak Bay in a heartbeat or less.
Yes.
So talk to us about, I need some basics here. Some fundamental information about ShannonOaks, East Vancouver.
I've got it.
How many apartments or suites, as you call them, in the community?
147.
Okay. How many floor plans, Jillian?
We have one-bedroom units. We have one-bedroom and den units, and we have two-bedroom units. We don't have studios.
Okay.
Now, in our two bedrooms, there's a long wait list, both external and internal.
Right.
And in our one-bedroom den, there's a long wait list, both external and internal. We have limited availability in our one-bedrooms.
Okay.
So a lot of what people do is, I'd love a one-bedroom and den.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that could be, maybe with looking at the wait list, could be 6 months a year, whether that comes up. So they've decided to take a one-bedroom and go on the internal wait list.
Which has priority, I'm assuming, over external.
Yes. So no matter if you come on the internal wait list yesterday, you take priority over somebody on the external that was there 6 months ago.
Well, it's interesting that you would mention wait list because a lot of our conversation today has been focused on the reluctance of some seniors to even consider, let alone commit to this sort of lifestyle change. And so rather than leave our listeners with the impression that no one wants to go there, it's in fact the opposite case. There is a wait list. And so how do people who are interested right now, after hearing this glorious description of life at ShannonOaks, and who are, seriously, maybe want to give you a call, come down for a tour and so on. Sure. What about wait lists in the current context on that one-bedroom side, for example?
Is there any wait list for the one-bedroom? Well, there's availability, but the more prized suites. We have a wonderful internal courtyard, which I'm sure you saw.
I have seen.
But in the spring and the summer, there's cherry blossoms all lining that courtyard, and it's a sea of pink blossoms.
Sure.
We've got a waterfall in there. We've got a gazebo. We've got putting greens, golf putting greens.
So that's the desirable location?
That's the desirable
an interior
location.
Courtyard view?
Yes.
Okay.
And those are hard to come by for a one-bedroom person. They really are. But people say, okay, so one's available. I'm here. Could I please get a one-bedroom on the courtyard? Go on the internal wait list for that.
Okay.
Yes, and we definitely will do that.
And
we do have that. Some people, I shouldn't say that we don't have a wait list for the one-bedroom, because we do have wait lists for internal courtyards.
Okay.
Yeah, for the one-bedrooms. Yeah.
All right. So again, though, I'm glad that we actually opened that door, because rather than leave the impression that nobody wants to go there, in fact the opposite is the case. There's a lineup, folks. So again, all the more reason to get, if you're interested. And again, some of the responsibility, not all, but some of the responsibility falls on us boomers if there is that reluctance.
Yes.
And we can sort of figure out that maybe the reluctance is fear-based rather than anything else. And so that's when the tour, followed by perhaps a trial stay, really become important steps, don't they?
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, it's just, it's trying it out, trying it on for size.
Right.
To make sure that it is the fit for you. ShannonOaks is probably the warmest, most caring. It's It's so spacious when you walk in there.
That surprised me.
You walk in there and there's the light, the quality of light. Howard Johnson, our CEO, is an amazing man. He's seen so many different independent living places across North America.
Right.
He's visited over 200. And he's brought ideas back. That's where the aviary came from. Harold
Interesting.
said, we need one.
Okay.
So it's there.
But I should also follow up on that, because ShannonOaks is so highly regarded that people come literally from all over the world to take a tour of ShannonOaks and see how a successful, happy seniors community operates.
Yes.
And then they go back to their countries and try and replicate it.
Yes, they do. We just had a Chinese delegation in last month, and it was... They were trying to replicate. They didn't quite understand some of it, but we were trying to be patient and explain it to them. But they were interested because they have heard about how successful ShannonOaks is.
Want to talk about some of the, now we're just, of course, it's Super Bowl weekend. It's a little matter of a football game tomorrow. But then beyond that, life will, believe it or not, carry on.
Oh, it's on our big screen.
Even if Seattle doesn't win. But you'll have it on at ShannonOaks. But next week, once we get all the football fuss over with, then life settles down a little bit, hardly settles down completely. Wednesday, you've got a Scottish group coming in to perform.
Yes, we do. Yes.
And then there's a band later
Duncan
in the
is
month.
bringing his group in. He's wonderful.
Okay.
If you like Scottish country dancing, Duncan is the person to lead it. He is amazing. He'll bring his dancers in. I go to a Scottish ball, and I try to do Scottish dancing, but Duncan will lead you in how to do it. I mean, he's amazing, and that's fun. And it just brings with, Robbie Burns Day coming up.
Of course, on the 25th, absolutely.
That's right. So it's something that we all sort of enjoy, and it's just the colorfulness of it and the sort of festivities.
Well, Robbie Burns, of course, was January 25th,
that's right,
but, it's February 25th, so at least you got the date right.
That's right.
And you know what? I don't think anyone's going to mind a bit of a Scottish evening a month after Robbie Burns Day, because in some cases it takes a month to recover from Robbie Burns Day. I want to talk about the Zoomer Show, which is coming up in early, actually mid-March.
Yes,
and this
21st,
is something
22nd.
we here at Sea Isle have been involved with the Zoomer Show to one extent or another for many years now. It's a big deal down there at the convention center on the waterfront, and ShannonOaks you're going to have a booth down there.
We're having a booth down there
on
Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah. So come and see me.
So this is an opportunity, again, perhaps if people are a little apprehensive about maybe making. Do some people view a tour as a commitment and back away?
Well, they
from
may,
that?
but it's not.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
But some people might.
They might.
So this would be an opportunity in a neutral environment.
Sure.
The Zoomer Show at the convention center.
Because I'll have a brochure.
Of course, you'll have a bit of a setup there.
Yeah, but we have games too. Last year we had a wonderful game that attracted a lot of attention.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was the dart game and popping the balloons.
Oh,
and the bang of the balloons was really quite lovely.
Well, whatever it takes to get their attention, right?
Oh, it did.
And that's a busy environment, that Zoomer Show.
Yeah.
So good for you for taking the plunge again and getting down there and just getting the word out.
Well, I'd love to see people, and it's nice to meet all sorts of people there.
Is it a popular thing? Do people come up to the booth unexpectedly, surprised, that you're there in the first place, and then take advantage of the opportunity to just sort of all of a sudden,
oh, sure.
I wasn't expecting to see you here. Got a few questions for you.
Yes, definitely. They do come up for that. They also come up for the free giveaways.
Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
We all do.
Well, aren't we predictable that way?
Right, yeah.
So that's coming up in late March, and we'll remind our listeners about the Zoomer Show when we get together again in a couple more weeks. But coming up in just a few days, next Wednesday is the big Scottish evening at ShannonOaks in the auditorium.
Yes.
And
don't forget, though.
What's that?
Valentine's Day.
Oh, of course, Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day this year, friends, is a Saturday, which means there's also Friday the 13th. Next month. And at ShannonOaks, they're having a Valentine's party. Who wouldn't? But they're also having a Friday the 13th party, and they're not disclosing any details. Thank you very much. That sounds like almost more fun than the Valentine's party.
Oh, no, I think the Valentine's party will be very special. We're having some of our entertainers come in. They're singing love songs.
Oh, well, there you go.
And so a little bit of nostalgia. It'll be sort of high tea with entertainment and singing and all sorts of memorable love songs.
ShannonOaks.com is the website. Whether you're interested in Shannon Oaks, Vancouver Island in Oak Bay, or Shannon Oaks in Vancouver at 2526 Waverly Avenue near 49th and Elliott, ShannonOaks.com will get you there to either one. If you land on Vancouver and want to check out Victoria, click Victoria, and voila, there it is.
Good.
Jillian, good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Sterling. Thank you.
My pleasure. See you next time, right here on Boomer Life.